Persona here, and I am back with a little video. I wanted to talk about my most recent trip that I had. That was really fun. So I got back not too long ago from a wonderful little con named Anime Banzai, and it was a lot of fun. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because, as you can see on my badge, it was a guest experience. Now, I was saying that my first official guesting spot is KomoriCon technically, but I guess this is now my first official guesting spot, and I'll tell you why, because I wasn't supposed to be a guest originally. So it all started off with day 0. We drove up to Utah because we always drive up to this convention. It's about a 5-hour drive, and it's easier than taking a plane for me. So we drove up to the convention. Along the way, we picked up our friend Theo. This was me, Ian, and Subaru all driving up to Utah to go to this convention. When we got there, I was looking around to see who to talk to about my badge, and I had noticed that I had been upgraded? Because suddenly I was told that I was a guest. I was originally a guest panelist, which was they gave me a hotel and they had me on a few panels to talk, and I had to run some of my own panels, and that was really awesome, but like that was all it was. And then suddenly I was told I was a guest, like a straight up cosplay guest, and I wasn't prepared for that. So they got me guest passes for me and my +2s, and that was really cool. I had a table to sell at or do autographs at, and like honestly I was kind of shocked by it because I was told through emails that we can talk about being a guest next year, and I was like, cool, that's awesome, that's, you know, amazing, I will be a panelist and that's all good. And then they were like, oh, you're a guest. So my first little complaint about it is that because I was upgraded and kind of surprised with being a guest, I wasn't mentally prepared to be a guest, and there was really no promo or advertisement for me being a guest. So while it was amazing to be upgraded and it was awesome, it was kind of, I guess, I don't want to say lackluster, but lackluster because no one knew I was a guest except for, like, because even the people running guest relations, I wasn't on their list. Nobody knew I was a guest except for the panelist person who upgraded me, or I guess they upgraded me, telling me I was a guest. So it kind of felt like a last-second decision to upgrade me as a guest. And like I said, it was wonderful that I was, but it was a little disappointing because I couldn't really share that announcement super well because I found out I was a guest through the website, but I thought maybe it was a, like, I thought I was a guest, but I was like, maybe that's not 100%, maybe that's just where they're putting the panelists or some of the panelists anyway, and no, I was 100% a guest. So there was no announcement on their website, there was no announcements on their Instagrams for me being a guest. It was just upgraded on their website, and I found this out like a week before I was going, and I was like, that's weird, but I'll ask them later. And so I did, and they were like, yeah, you're a guest. But nobody knew I was. I wasn't on their little slideshow showing off all the guests. I wasn't really announced anywhere. So it felt good, but I also felt isolated and unimportant, you know? And I don't know who I would talk to about that, but I'm gonna probably talk to the con about possibly trying to guest again next year so I could get the actual guest treatment, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on to day 1. So for day 1, I was a part of a panel called 20 Things I Wish I Knew Before Joining Masquerade, which was really fun. I was on it with a bunch of people who I adore, and they're always so fun and kind, and it was a blast. I sold at a table. I made pretty decent amount of money off of my prints stickers and my photos. So I was really happy that I had the table because I'm lacking in funds right now. So it's great to make a little bit of money, you know? And I was near the voice actors, so that was really cool. That I sat across from a few different voice actors and, excuse me, got to share a space with them. So that was really cool. So we sat at the table, we had fun. I had my panel that day, I believe. Like, it was kind of a slow day, but day ones tend to be. My panel was the How to Be Less of a Mess cosplay organization panel, which was okay, but I'm really not. I'm better doing panels with other people. I did it with Subaru, but Subaru really didn't talk a lot because it was really my subject. And I hope that I helped some people, but it felt kind of a bust. I learn more and more. I'm not really a teacher. I'm more of I can show you what I did, but having a lecture hall is really hard for me. So I like doing fun panels, like trivia panels and stuff like that. But when you cosplay as a guest, a lot of times they want you to do informational and structured panels like that. The panels that I ran in the past that were really great were Just Dance and Cosplay, where I brought my Wii and we all played Just Dance in cosplay, and it was kind of like a competition. But I'm hoping maybe I can do that again one day, because that was fun, but I don't do well talking by myself. That night I was supposed to be a judge at the dance where we were supposed to pick the king and queen, and that was fun. I dressed as Oogie Boogie. It was fun, but it was completely unorganized. There was no staff to run the dance votes and tallies. And so my one complaint is my husband had to take over handling the voting, and then me and my friend who were judging for king and queen, we didn't really get the chance to look at people, and I took it upon myself to get up and look around at people who were signed up for king and queen, but we really couldn't do a lot because it was supposed to be 2 judges, because there was no staff to take down names and give away the buttons, or giving away the little numbers so we can look at people. And the hosts were on stage, they talked to them, they vanished. And so no one was handling signing people up for this competition except us, who were supposed to be judges, who are supposed to watch people who are dancing and see how they interact. I luckily did keep a good eye on the people who were signed up for king and queen, so I told them who I thought, did a lot of dancing and did a lot of interactions and, were talking to a lot of people. And I still think who won really deserved it, because they were everywhere. They were talking to everybody from what I got to see, and I was keeping an eye on a lot of people. A lot of people were dancing and interacting, but then a lot of people didn't sign up till the last second, so I really didn't get to see them the whole time, So I know that they were understaffed this year, which is understandable, but the people who were running it probably should have come out to help. We were told that they were dealing with some kind of issue, but because we were judges, that wasn't our job. But we were pushed into doing this job, which for me is frustrating, because my husband, who is my handler, should not be tallying your votes. He's supposed to be here with me. And then no one said anything to us after. It was kind of like, here, do this. They ran off, didn't come back, and I was like, okay, I guess it's my job to be on staff now. And I am a very forgiving person, so I'm not mad, but I am disappointed about it, because that wasn't my job, and you never even instructed properly that we were supposed to do that. Our job was to go around, look at people, see them interacting and having fun, and then judge from that. We weren't supposed to sign people up. We weren't supposed to sit there and handle all the paperwork. So it was kind of disappointing that we got shoved into that spot, and then no staff member came back to take over. They just gave us pins and then ran, then gave us papers and then ran. And it was like, okay, I guess we'll do this now. So that was kind of exhausting mentally, because I wasn't prepared for that once again. But I understand low staff, but we're not staff members, or I'm supposed to be a guest. So why am I doing staff job? You wouldn't do that to a voice actor. So I was just kind of disappointed about that. But regardless, it was a fun dance. It was really great. I was honored to be asked to judge, and then do it again next year if it's, I'm not the one who's supposed to be staffing and guesting, so either way, that was really fun. On to day 2. So day 2 was really exciting. I was dressed as Lamb from Cult of the Lamb, and a lot of people loved it, and I was so happy that a lot of people liked it, because I wasn't sure what kind of reaction I was going to get in public. But a lot of people liked it, and I had a lot of fun. My panel that day was Your First Dance, doing the cosplay masquerade for the first time, which was okay. I don't think it went very well. There were only like 4 people in the panel, but I feel like that's once again the fault of me not being announced as a guest or having any kind of promo. No one would know where to find me or what to do. Plus, they didn't have a schedule booklet this year, so it felt very like you couldn't really read what the panels were about unless you went to those panel rooms and they had a monitor showing all the panels for the rooms. But a lot of people like me like to sit down and highlight the panels I want to go to for the con. So if I didn't have a booklet, in the little pamphlet schedule, it just said your first dance. So no one would know what that means, other than people who went to those panel rooms, looked at when that time was, and was like, oh, okay, it's about the masquerade. So that was kind of disappointing. I, once again, had a fun time selling at the table, met a lot of people who were having a blast and who really enjoyed my costumes. Did a photo shoot for my lovely friend Subaru, who was preparing for masquerade. After we did all the panels and stuff, I got to be on a panel with one of my lovely friends, Pannon, and a few other wonderful individuals about disabilities in cosplay, which was really fun, and it was a really great subject to talk about. And I had a blast in that panel, and someone drew me! Someone drew me during the panel! Like, I was wondering why they were looking at me so constant, and I'm always very observant to when people are staring at me, so I thought I was saying stuff that they didn't like, and I thought they didn't really enjoy me being on the panel, but they were drawing me, and it was really cool! I was like super stoked to know, and they said they were going to draw everybody on the panel, and I just was really happy that they drew me, and it made me feel really, really squishy inside, so that made me really, really happy. So per usual, after that, we went to the masquerade. The masquerade is always so much fun. Me and Ian record the masquerade every year, so I gotta get to editing that soon. And Subaru, my bestie, they won Best Masters Performance. And I'm so proud of them. They did such a great job, and everybody was so proud and excited. So that was really a blast. It was really fun. It was really great, and I was so excited for them. And day 2 went over pretty smooth, you know? Day 3. Day 3 is usually our shopping day or just our fun day. It's the chill down. So we did Team Rocket dressed as Meowth, which an artist drew at another con, and we bought, or Subaru bought the print from them, and we were like, we're gonna cosplay this. Is that cool? And they were like, absolutely. So I've got to edit those and send those pictures to them because they were super hyped and excited that we were gonna draw their design, and so we cosplayed their design, and that was really, really fun. A lot of people really liked it. It was mostly a chill, relaxing day at the table. Once again, making a little bit of money, which was great because I paid for dinner essentially this weekend. And it was really, really a blast. One of the highlights of the weekend that happened, where someone came by the table and they were like, hey, you're a guest. Can I get your autograph? And so they had a little autograph booklet, and I signed 2 of them. And it was really, really cool that I actually signed an autograph. Like, I signed an autograph. And I think that was the first time I've ever signed an autograph for someone, and it was so cool and so awesome that somebody wanted me to sign something for them. I feel like they were going through the motion of, these are all famous people in this book, and I want to get them all to sign it, but it still felt really, really nice to be included in that, you know? Another big highlight from day 3 is someone came by and they were like, hey, all the guests got these little goodie bags, and I just wanted to make sure, like, you enjoyed yours or whatever, and I was like, what goodie bags? I have no idea what you're talking about. And they were like, what? You didn't get a goodie bag? And they were like, hold on, give me a second. And so they were like, huh. And they left and they came back later, and they had embroidered a dice bag with my name on it. Like, it has my name embroidered into it with the Banzai logo. And I was like, I have a personalized dice bag from being a guest in my favorite color, and I was just like so surprised. Look at that. And I almost started crying because it was like such a cool highlight to have something that was personally made for me for being a guest at a convention, and I was just like, right? So it was really, really cool, and I really, really loved it, and I'm so happy that that person took the time out to find my bag to give to me, because that really meant the world to me. It really, really meant the world to me. So thank you. If you're watching this, and I'm probably sure you're not, but thank you. Thank you so much. Like, that's the sweetest thing, and I really appreciate it more than you know. So yeah, Banzai was pretty chill, pretty nice. Like I said, my biggest complaint is I wish people knew I was a guest. I wish people knew that I was there, but because of the way they set it up, no one would have known, no one would have noticed, and I do appreciate the people who found out and came to visit me. I got to hang out with one of my friends from TikTok a lot, and they were super kind and sweet. I saw people who were like, yeah, I follow your TikToks, oh my god! You know, a few people mistaken me as my friend Subaru and vice versa, which I'm always kind of baffled with, because one, we look nothing alike, and two, I am a fat woman versus the very well fit they them beside me, so I'm like, I don't know why you would confuse the two of us, but you know, I feel like that comes down to the whole, wow. Well, we'll get over that. Point being is that it was a fun time. It was a really great fun time, and I really, really hope that I can get invited back next year, because I had so much fun. I just really wished I could feel like a guest, you know? I felt like a panelist again, and it was really fun. It was really great, and I loved like the people who really did try to treat me like a guest and really held me up to the standard of being a guest. Like, guest relations was after they found out I wasn't on the list, they wrote me in and they made sure that I was taken care of, you know, and my friend Brittany, who works in the artist alley, took very good care of me and kept checking on me, and like, they are amazing people, but I feel like it stems from higher up, where they just didn't take the time out to really tend to, you know, the people that they had as guests, or even like put us out there, or put me out there in particular, because it felt like all the other cosplay guests, none of the cosplay guests were in the artist alley, and I don't even know where they were for most of the con, but the cosplay guests were all judges except me. Even the cosplay entertainment group, they were on stage helping out with the masquerade. I was the only one who was not, and it felt a little isolating. It felt a little like last second, and I don't want to feel like it was a throw a diversity person in there, you know what I mean? But it did feel kind of like that, because no one knew, you know, until the last second that I was a guest. I wasn't on their slideshow for guests. I was on the website, so if you check the website, I was there, but like, there was really no hype. Oh, there was also a moment on stage for the masquerade where they were announcing me as a judge for the cosplay competition. They were like, the next judge is Midnight Persona, and I was like, I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge. No one told me that. I'm not prepared for that. And I wasn't even in the judging room. So it feels like there was a lot of miscommunication between a lot of people, which happens. It happens at con. But this year did feel like a lot of miscommunication, and I love Banzai. I'll go every year. I love them so much. But it did feel like it was a little off this year. But thank you to all my friends who really did a good job of making me feel welcome. Thank you for all the staff members who did try to push to make sure that I had everything I needed. I wish that there were, like, I guess mediators in my panel room, because no one was in there, and I had to set up all my stuff myself, which is fine because Ian knows how to do it, but it just felt kind of like, it felt a little isolating. It felt a little like, you know, I wasn't as important as other cosplay guests, you know, or other guests in general, but it's fine because the people who were there to help me were very, very sweet and very, very kind and very, very loving. And I love this dice bag. I love this dice bag. I don't know if I'm going to use it for dice or if I'm just going to travel with it because it's got my name on it. But this was a big highlight. This was a really, really wonderful thing. So I guess this is my pre-guesting spot before my first official guesting spot, because a KomoriCon announced me on their website. They talked about me, and I'm so excited to be going, and I have friends who were like, oh my god, you're coming here, and they're so excited. I'm so excited to see them, and I am just so hype for my next adventure. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I would not be here where I am if it was not for all of you. I appreciate it so much. For everyone who watches my videos, who watches my TikToks, who follows, who likes, who shares, and always congratulates me from the smallest of rewards to the largest of events. I love you guys so much. It means so much to me. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get weepy, and this isn't fake. I've been so emotional lately, but I'm just so happy to be here. So, thank you for joining me on all these wonderful adventures. If you like this video. If you like me, subscribe. There's a bell notification if you want to get all my videos when they come out. And remember that you are loved, you are amazing in every way, shape, and form, and that I appreciate you so, so much. So, I hope you guys have a lovely and wonderful day, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.